This is Trade Planning with Options. Katie is just fantastic. She's going to do analysis on AMD, which is negative, and then share an options trading idea using the Tasty Trade platform. Katie, show them this great work.
Hi, this is Katie Anagnostos. This is a Trade Planning with Options video on August 17th, 2023. Today we're going to look at a bearish defined risk short premium trade idea in a semiconductor stock on the askSlim focus list. Many of the symbols in this sector have had a shift to negative momentum, and some of them have even broken below their short-term cycle low supports and now configuring negatively. We'll take a look at that in a moment. First, our legal disclaimer: the options trades that I demo and follow up on are trade ideas. When I talk about closing, adjusting, managing them, I'm educating around management techniques, best practices, theories around risk management and profit taking, and highlighting aspects of options trading that we encounter as we follow these trade ideas. This disclaimer is specifically related to options trading. For full legal information, go to the askSlim website or email matt@askslim.com. Let's get started. The symbol we're going to look at today is AMD, Advanced Micro Devices. This is the weekly chart of AMD. Now, after getting up to the top of the target zone, that's this light blue box, in the rising phase of this cycle, then we've had many weeks of sideways to downward price action. The reversal scout, that's this green and purple ribbon on the chart, that is purple, showing negative momentum, and we are projecting down to the bottom of this support zone at about $100, or if it gets below that, down to the 78.6% fib at about $92. The weekly cycle timing window runs from October 2nd to November 10th. That is the period of time marked out by these blue vertical dashed lines when we would expect AMD to make an intermediate low. This is the daily chart of AMD. We have two out-of-phase cycles. The dominant one is this blue 28-bar cycle, and we also have this out-of-phase 31-bar cycle. You can see that we are getting into the time period when that cycle is due to trough, and we may get a bounce back up into the resistance zone before getting into the declining phase of that dominant cycle. So over here we have a negatively configured cycle now, having broken below that cycle low support. Momentum in here is negative, with both the reversal scout being purple and the slim ribbon coloring the candles red. So we have a resistance zone here, these pink and salmon colored boxes. Those are declining as AMD goes lower. Right now the levels are from about 113.5 on the top to about 110 on the bottom, with a 78.6% fib up here at 115.93. Now we are projecting down to the top of this target zone, this light blue box, at 101.69 during that daily cycle timing window, which is in early September, 9/1 to 9/12. We're going to go over to the Tasty Trade platform to look at an options trade idea. First, please go to the askSlim homepage, hover over that Marketing Partners tab, and click on Tasty Trade. This page contains a link through which you can learn more and also open a Tasty Trade account if you choose to do that. They are our preferred options trading platform. Opening an account through our link helps you with some special bonuses and also helps us, so please consider checking that out. Now over to Tasty Trade. Here are the AMD options chains. We're going to use the September 15th expiration cycle with 29 days to go. That aligns closely with the daily cycle timing window. IV rank up here next to the symbol is relatively high at 25.9. Now we're going to set up a simple short call spread, which is a bearish defined risk option strategy. There are only $5 wide strikes in here, so let's go ahead and sell that 115 call. That gives us a little room, and it's also at the top of the expected move, which on Tasty Trade is denoted by this vertical brown bar. So selling that call gives us a credit collected of $2.04, $204, that's max profit. Max loss on naked calls is infinite to the upside, and selling a naked call in this symbol requires capital of just over $1,100. So if you're comfortable with that risk, you can stop right there. However, I'm going to buy a further out of the money call to define our risk and lower our capital requirement a little bit. So let's buy the 125 call So that's a $10 wide spread. It lowers our max profit to $1.38. $138. Our max loss comes down to $862, and that is also our capital requirement. Probability of profit is 78%. We get almost 16 short deltas and a daily theta of $3.06. If you wanted to lower your risk even further, you could also move that long call in to the 120 call. That lowers your max loss and capital requirement down to $413, but of course it also lowers your max profit. Let's go over to the risk graph. Looking at this risk graph, we just want AMD to stay below our short strike or below our break-even point at least, which would be, depending on where we get filled, if we got filled at $1.34, that puts our break-even at $116.34. Now, the optimal time to place this trade would be when AMD gets a bounce up into that resistance zone on the chart. You would then be able to collect more credit for this trade, or alternatively, you could move your strikes further away from the stock price. Now, our profit target on this short call spread is going to be 50% of the credit collected. So we're looking for about $65 to $70 out of this trade idea. That's per short call spread traded. That is our trade planning with options video today. We'll follow up on this AMD trade idea next week. As always, please feel free to reach out on Discord or via email to Katie at askSlim.com if you have any questions or feedback.